That is the password attack. This is a form of attack most of us might have experienced at some point in time. Imagine when you try to log into an account and it says incorrect password. In such a scenario, it is possible that an outsider has managed to either guess or steal your password. By doing so, all your data is compromised. A hacker can crack your password with the help of various programs and password cracking tools like AirCrack, Kane-Enable, John the Ripper, Hashcat, and so on. There are different types of password attacks. A brute force attack happens when the hacker tries to log in with all possible password combinations. Meanwhile, in the dictionary attack, a list of common passwords is used to crack the user's login credentials. Next is a keylogger attack. Keystroke logging records the keys struck on a keyboard by the victim, and the victim is totally ignorant of this. This keylogger or a keystroke recorder can either be a hardware or a software. Speaking of how one can prevent password attacks, it is crucial that you use alphanumeric passwords which are strong. Incorporate special characters in your passwords as well. It is to be noted that you shouldn't be using the same password for multiple websites or accounts. Also, make sure to not use easily guessable passwords which includes your name or your family members' names or even your date of birth. Needless to say, update your passwords regularly. This will limit your exposure to a password attack. The next tip is something we should all be careful about. Often we make complicated passwords, and to remember them, we note it down somewhere or keep some sort of a password hint in the open. This shouldn't be done in the open, as this can prove to be a gateway to an attack, as a third party can misuse your account with the help of your password hint. Let's now move on and have a look at the fourth type of cyber attack on our list, that is the man-in-the-middle attack. As you can see on your screens, we have the client on the left, the server on the right, and the hacker below. And now you can see that the client-server communication has been cut off, and instead the communication line now goes through the hacker. So let's elaborate on this. Man-in-the-middle attack is also known as eavesdropping attack. It takes place when an attacker comes in between a two-party communication. In other words, the attacker hijacks the session between a client and host. So what do they gain by interrupting the session? Well, they are able to steal and also filter data. Imagine you are logging into your bank account. In such a state, a man-in-the-middle attack can be used to obtain information related to your bank account. Let's now have a look at how we can prevent man-in-the-middle attack. Firstly, you should be aware of the security of the website you are using, and it is advised to use encryption on all devices that contain crucial data. Using an unsecure public Wi-Fi can help attackers carry out the man-in-the-middle attack. Hence, it is suggested that you avoid using public Wi-Fis to carry out important work. Next attack that we will be talking about is the SQL injection attack. A structured query language, SQL injection, occurs in a database-driven website when the hacker manipulates a standard SQL query. This attack can be carried out by submitting a malicious code into a vulnerable website search box, thereby making the server reveal information. The outcome of this attack is that the attacker is able to view, edit, and delete tables in the databases. In addition to this, the attackers can also obtain administrative rights. An SQL attack manipulates data and accesses confidential information. In order to prevent a SQL injection attack, you should use an intrusion detection system. An IDS is designed to detect unauthorized access to a system. It is used together with a firewall and a router. This way, unwanted requests can be filtered out. The next step is to carry out a validation of the user-supplied data. There are codes that are developed to identify illegal user inputs. The validation process helps in verifying whether or not the type of user input is allowed or not. This way, only that value which passes the validation will be processed. That was all about the SQL injection attack. So now that we have reached midway, I'd like to remind y'all to feel free to leave your questions in our chat section and we will be happy to answer them. Without further ado, let's go back to our list of the top cybersecurity threats.